Chapel Hill buzzed with anticipation on September 1st, 2025. The air was electric, and everywhere you looked, there was a sense that something special was about to unfold. Students, alumni, and families poured into town, their faces painted Carolina blue, their voices echoing with hope and excitement. Bill Belichick, the NFL legend, was making his college debut, and Tar Heel fans packed Kenan Memorial Stadium, dreaming of a new dynasty. The stands shimmered with blue and white, banners waving as the crowd's energy built to a fever pitch. The energy was undeniable as North Carolina's offense took the field, crisp and efficient, clearly shaped by Belichick's discipline. Every movement seemed purposeful, every play executed with precision, as if the team had already bought into their new coach's vision. Quarterback Jacoby Criswell led a flawless opening drive, capped by a powerful touchdown run that sent the crowd into a frenzy. The stadium shook with cheers, and for a moment it felt like the start of something unforgettable. For a moment, it felt like the hype was real. UNC looked sharp, focused, and ready to dominate. Players on the sideline exchanged confident glances, and fans believed they were witnessing the birth of a new era. The 7-0 lead was more than a score. It was a promise of what could be. It was hope, tangible and alive, pulsing through every corner of the stadium. Players celebrated, fans roared, and the Belichick era seemed destined for greatness. The sense of unity and belief was stronger than ever, as if nothing could break the spell. But football is a game of momentum, and that perfect start would soon fade. The tension in the air was palpable, as everyone waited to see what would happen next. As TCU prepared for their first possession, no one expected the dramatic shift about to unfold. The Horned Frogs looked calm, collected, and ready to answer back. The dream start was about to meet a harsh reality. In football, hope can be as fleeting as a single play, and the next chapter was about to be written. TCU took the field and immediately seized control, their veteran quarterback dissecting the Tar Heel defense with ease. They answered UNC's touchdown with a methodical drive, tying the game and quieting the home crowd. TCU's offense kept rolling, while their defense stifled North Carolina, forcing punts and turnovers. The Horned Frogs scored again and again, turning a promising contest into a rout. UNC's early confidence evaporated, replaced by frustration and confusion. By halftime, TCU led 20-7, and the game felt even more lopsided than the score. The Tar Heels, outplayed and outcoached, trudged to the locker room facing a sobering reality. The excitement in Chapel Hill had turned to stunned silence. Any hope for a Belichick halftime adjustment vanished on the first play of the third quarter. TCU's Kavorian Barnes broke free for a 75-yard touchdown, crushing UNC's spirit. The score ballooned to 27-7, and the Tar Heels looked deflated. TCU's offense kept pouring it on, extending their unanswered points to 41. The game devolved into a rout, with UNC's defense overwhelmed and exhausted. What began as a celebration of a new era became a public unraveling. The scoreboard told the story. North Carolina was outclassed in every phase. TCU's dominance spoiled Belichick's debut in stunning fashion. The most troubling part wasn't just the score, it was UNC's collapse in fundamentals. From the opening whistle, the Tar Heels looked out of sync, as if the pressure of the big stage had gotten to them. Missed tackles plagued the defense, turning what should have been routine stops into explosive game-changing plays for TCU. Each missed opportunity seemed to sap more confidence from the team. On offense, dropped passes killed drives and momentum, leaving the crowd restless and the players visibly frustrated. The rhythm never materialized, and every mistake felt heavier than the last. Even special teams faltered, with a dropped punt snap gifting TCU another easy score. It was the kind of error that deflates an entire sideline and energizes the opponent. These unforced errors, missed tackles, drops, and special teams blunders, painted a picture of a team unprepared for the spotlight, unable to execute even the basics under pressure. It was the opposite of the disciplined football Belichick is known for. Instead of poise and precision, there was chaos and confusion. The Tar Heels didn't just lose to a better team. They contributed to their own downfall, making mistake after mistake as the game slipped away. The 48-14 final score reflected a night of self-inflicted wounds, a harsh lesson in the cost of mental errors and missed opportunities. Chapel Hill's dream debut had turned into a nightmare, leaving fans and players alike searching for answers in the emptying stadium. This 48-14 defeat is a sobering reality check for North Carolina and their legendary new coach. The Tar Heels entered the season with high hopes and a sense of excitement, but this loss has brought them back down to earth. For Bill Belichick, a coach with a storied NFL career, the transition to college football is proving to be a much bigger challenge than many anticipated. The hype around Belichick's arrival has been replaced by the realization that rebuilding will take time and hard work. Fans who once dreamed of instant success are now seeing the reality of a program in transition, and patience will be required from everyone involved. One game doesn't define a season, but it exposed deep issues in talent, execution, and discipline. The mistakes on the field were glaring, from missed tackles to costly penalties, and it's clear that there's a lot of work to be done before this team can compete at the highest level. Belichick now faces the challenge of adapting his style to college football, recruiting, developing, and instilling his philosophy in young players. He must connect with athletes who are still learning the game and build a culture of accountability and growth from the ground up. The coaching staff must return to basics, tackling, catching, and special teams. Every practice will be an opportunity to correct mistakes and lay the foundation for future success, focusing on fundamentals that can't be overlooked. This loss could spark positive change or signal a long, difficult season ahead. The players will need to dig deep, respond to adversity, and show resilience if they hope to turn things around. The Belichick era's defining moment has arrived. How the team responds will shape their future. This is a test of character, leadership, and belief in the process. The college football world is watching to see if the greatest coach of his generation can rise to this new challenge and whether the Tar Heels can rally behind him to build something special.